Hey guys, welcome back to my channel AG Motion Designs, and in today's video we are going to create this creative text animation inside of After Effects without using any third-party plugin. Project files are available in the description so you can download it later and practice it along with them. And if you're new to this channel, then please consider to subscribe this channel and also hit the bell icon to get more updates. So without wasting any more time, let's get started. So here we are in Adobe After Effects. Let's create a new composition as always, and we will call it as main animation. Width is 1920, height 1080, frame rate is 30, and duration is 30 seconds, and background color is black color. And simply hit OK, then go to choose grid and guide option and hit on title section. Then press Ctrl N to create another composition, and I'll call it as T. And width I'm going to choose 300, and height I'm going to choose 400, and frame rate and duration is same, and simply hit OK like this. Now select this text tool and type whatever text you want, but we have T, so I'll type T. Select this text, press Ctrl Alt Home to align that anchor point to the center. Go to the Align tab, align it horizontally and then align it vertically. Now press V for selecting your selection tool, and by holding shift I'll drag this somewhere around over here like that. Press Y to select your pen behind tool, and by holding Ctrl I'll drag this anchor point to snap it at the edge. Now select this layer and convert this layer into 3D. Press R for rotation, and as you can see we have three different rotation properties now. So I'll click on X rotation, zoom in and go to around 1.10 frames, and let's make it somewhere like this. Yeah, so which is basically 270 or even more than that until it's disappeared like this. Yeah, so if you see this animation we will get something like this. Now select those keyframes, hit F9, go to the graph editor, right click and make sure that you are in edit speed graph. I'm going to select this graph, and by holding shift move this handle over here and this handle over here like this. So we will get something like this. Now at this point press T for opacity, create one keyframe, hit U, go over here and let's make this 0, and select those keyframes and hit F9 to ease those keyframes. Now select this layer, hit Ctrl D to duplicate it, select this second layer, go to the character menu, and I'm going to choose greenish color for this and simply hit OK and hit U. Let deselect all the layers, hit U so we can see the keyframes of all the layers. Go to around 10 frames. I'm going to select these keyframes and let's move this over here. So if you see we will get something like this. Yeah, now I'm going to select this layer and I'm going to hit Ctrl D like this, hit U, and let's delete these keyframes. Now if you are confused, then choose color for each and every layer. Like we don't have white color for this, so let's choose something like lavender. This is also in white color, so I'll choose lavender. This is in a green color, so I'll choose green color for this, and select this and move this over here. As you guys know that I have never created any keyframe on this one, so hit U. This is my first animation, this is second one. So at this point I want this white layer should be here, so I'll move this over here like this. Now my animation is gonna end over here. Let's see whole animation again like this. Now this is the final animation of this T. Now let's go to the animation comp and I'll bring this T over here. Now double click on it, hit U again, and let's go to the last keyframe which is over here, which is at 2.20 frames. And if you go to the main animation, this animation is also ending at 2.20 frames. Now right click, go to the time, and we will go to the time enable remapping, so click on it. So we are getting two keyframes, one over here and one over the start. Now we will create one keyframe over here and we will delete this last keyframe, and if you hit play As you can see, we are not getting anything, but if we alt click on the stopwatch now and type loop out expression, so now if you see, we are getting this kind of continuous loop. So now we will create duplicate for this T. I'll hit Ctrl D in my project window. I'll double click to open it. I'll press Ctrl K and let's call it as I and hit OK. Now the process is simple. We have to change the alphabets for each and every one. Like for this one, I'm going to type I. For this one also, I'm going to type I. So if you see, we are getting something like this. Also Ctrl D to duplicate it, select this, hit enter, let's call it as M, hit OK, double click to open this M, select this text and type N. Again Ctrl D to duplicate it, double click to open it, Ctrl K to open the project settings, call it E. Change the alphabets into E. Ctrl D, double click, Ctrl K, call it as R, OK. Select this text, make this R, also make this R. Now let's go to the main animation. I'm going to select this, hit Ctrl D to duplicate it. We will duplicate it 4 times. So now we have the another 4 copies. Now after T, we want I, to I'll select this I. I'll select this 4th layer by holding Alt. I'll simply replace it like that. Then choose this T. I'll choose M by holding Alt. I'll drag and drop on this one, so it will replace it with that. Select this one. Select this I by holding Alt, drag and drop on this one. Select this and select this, what we call R, by holding Alt, drag and drop on this one. And now we will enable this T. Let's select this and move this over here. Then enable this I. Let's move this over here. Select this M. Move this over here. Select this E. Let's move this over here. Then select this R. And let's move this over here. Now let's disable this thing. Hit Ctrl A or simply right click, new, and create one null object. Move this over here. Select all of them and make it apparent with this null one. Select this null one. Move this over here. Press S for scaling option so you can scale it according to your size like this. Now hit U and let's delete this. Now if you want, then you can go to the 10 frames. You can move this I over here. 20, go to the 20 frames. Move this M over here like this. So you will get this alternations, but I think 10 frames is quite too long. So let's see what will happen if we take the distance of each and every one with the 5 frames. Yep, this makes more sense. So I'm going to select all of them by holding Alt, open bracket. Let's move this over here. Let's move this over here. Now if you guys know that my animation, if you see this any animation, this is gonna be end at what we call 2.20 frames. So if I go to the let's zoom out, 2.20 frames, and I'll hit N over here, so we will get in the form of loop. So this is gonna be the continuous loop. So this is how you can create this kind of creative text animation. Now right click, new, and create one adjustment layer and go to the effect and presets panel and search for glow effect like this. Increase the glow threshold, increase the glow radius, and intensity should be a little less, so we'll get this kind of animation. So that's it for today's video. We will see you in the next video. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this tutorial. If you like this tutorial, then please consider to subscribe this channel and also hit the bell icon to get more updates. Until then, stay tuned.